we are going to launch our own Unity Sports Academy today. At Unity Talks, our aim is to empower students, provide them the right tools and develop skills to face the 21st century skills with the help of experts from the field of education. And Fit Kids is one such expert in the field of education and sports. Today we have Mr. Zeeshan Mallim, Program and Quality Director Fit Kids, with whom we are going to tie up for the rest of the year to be able to develop, to produce kids who can compete at this level. Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for Mr. Zeeshan Mallim.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, namaste to everyone. I had a speech prepared
After this.
all about my company, the pros, the cons, everything. But before I get into that, before I introduce myself, I have to say this is my first Unity Talks, and it's so inspirational. This is saying good teachers can guarantee good marks. Great teachers provide holistic development. And from everything you've heard today, it's not the good marks that got everyone where they are. It's that drive, that hunger, that cannot be taught in a classroom. That can be developed, that can be nurtured by teachers putting in hours. So let's just take 2 minutes, or let's just put our hands together for all the teachers, because really, so inspirational, so motivating. We work with a lot of schools. I can say more than 90% of the schools don't do something like this. This is the first time I'm seeing it at a school level. Great, very, very great. Whether or not we do business, I want to come here every year. Just to get motivated and go back and work harder. Right? So, let me introduce myself. My name is Zeeshan Mallim. I'm from Bombay, but I was born and brought up in the Middle East, Dubai. Actually Muscat, very close to Dubai. My undergrad was in India. I did my bachelor's in business management, and my master's was from UK in sports management. I came back to India. I worked for Manchester United. I used to coach football, not with the adults, but with the younger kids. I realized India is going to boom in sports, which is why I'm back here. And I believe change happens at a grassroots level. So, about Fit Kids. Fit Kids is the parent company. We have 4 or 5 brands under us. We handle sports, we handle dance, we have a science brand. We have another brand called Assessed, which looks after assessments. I'm here to speak to you about Leapstart, which is the sports parallel. Okay? So, Leapstart was founded, in fact, next year, January, we're going to finish 10 years. Okay? So, in January, we're finishing 10 years. So, this was founded by... it was founded by Mr. Dave Roy, who was in the banking sector. He was the youngest managing director for Barclays. He realized that he wants to give back something as well. He's a sports enthusiast. So he came back to India, he started this, he realized grassroots is where change happens. Right? So he's our managing director. Our founder is Sharath, also a sports enthusiast, worked with big brands like Decathlon and other such stuff. So the first thing, I'm going to run through it because I don't want to waste too much time. We have an outdoor demo, and I believe actions speak louder than words. But I'm going to run through this really quickly. The first reason, why is physical education important? Medically speaking, the recent survey showed that India teens, that means 13 to about 18, 21% of boys are obese or overweight, which is a huge number. That means 1 in every 5 boys in India is obese or overweight. When it comes to girls, that percentage is a little lower at 18.75. Now that's a shocking figure. At a teenage level, it's shocking. In our time, it was different. Right? We didn't have technology. Now, this technology. Most of the tier 1 cities or the metros, children prefer playing football on their iPads or computers instead of going out. Right? There's this huge thing about streaming also now. People prefer watching other people play on YouTube. They're not even playing. When my brother, I have an elder brother, when I used to play video games, he used to remove the controller and give me the controller. The Wi was not connected. I would just be sitting in front of a video game, unconnected. Right? Now, that's also not happening. Video games are also not what are distracting children. Technology has made it so accessible that children are not moving anymore. We also know that there's a lack of the lack of support, the lack of sports infrastructure from the government. Big metros like Bangalore, Mumbai, Delhi, you're seeing lesser and lesser open space for children to go and play. Games like Pithu, Seven Stones, Langdi Tang, we used to play all that. Between buildings, any area we got. Now, in Bombay, you need to pay to play football. People open AstroTurfs and you're paying 4,000 rupees just to play for 1 hour. The world has changed. With that being in mind, we have to change too. We can't just sit back and watch the youth of our nation, just become unhealthy. We have to do something about it. I'm going to skip a couple of points because we all know change begins at a grassroots. If we set the right habits now, then we succeed. And this table right here is living proof of that. At the grassroots level, the right ideas, the right teachings were set inside. That is why they're successful now. Point 6 is what I'm going to stress on. Outdated teaching methods. That is something that we really have to start tackling now. All of you know we have a BPED and an MPED course in India, but that doesn't really, it's not changed. It just teaches the games of the sports. But there's so much more. There's health and nutrition. There's the science behind sports. Right? That now sports psychology is also a big thing. Every team has a psychologist to make sure that an athlete is in the right state of mind. So all these things are there, but are they being taught? Until now, not so much. 7, our diet. Very, very, very important. In sports, you cannot succeed if your diet is not the right diet. It goes hand in hand with it. So that's another thing that we'll also be looking at. Okay, so these are the reasons why we need to give physical education a little more importance. I'm going to quickly explain what my company does and what are the programs related to it. Next. Before I forget, the last 2 points are very important as well. Physical education not only helps in improving a student academically, but it also helps in behavioral changes. Okay? Most of the times, we have so many schools where the principal will come and say, this is a naughty child. That child is genuinely, no child is born naughty. They're just born with extra energy. How that energy is utilized shapes, it can be constructive, it can be destructive as well. Right? Sports channels that extra energy in a constructive manner.